More heavy rain warnings for Tāmaki Makaurau and Te Taitokero today as a thunderstorm system continues to threaten these regions. Auckland, Coromandel, Bay of Plenty and Waikato have been lashed by rain since Friday, with slips, floods and widespread damage to homes, roads and regions, and sadly 4 people losing their lives. A state of emergency was issued in Auckland later on Saturday night and also in Waitomo. Today is expected to be a brief reprieve for Aucklanders before another major weather event. Northeasterly rain and a gale system are expected to arrive on Tuesday and Wednesday. Met Service is advising people to check regularly for updates so they can be prepared. We are joined now by Green Party co-leader and Manurewa resident Marama Davidson, who has been assessing the damage throughout Tāmaki Makaurau. Marama, ngā mihi o te tauhou Pākehā kia koe. Hopefully the recent weather hasn't affected you directly as it has many others. How are things with you?
Whakahokia ngā mihi kia koe kia koutou I hua mo te tauhou Pākehā. Kia ora morena. We're fortunate, Piripi, my whānau, I've got some whānau in Mangere and some mokopuna. It was a bit of a hairy night on the Friday night when Mangere was quite badly flooded as well. But we were able to keep them safe and keep in contact with them and keep a monitor on the water levels around their whare. I had some horrific visions of my mokopuna being carried up in the floodwaters to keep them out of danger. However, it didn't come to that, thank goodness. So many others very, very badly affected, of course. Mihi atu kia rātou, ngā whānau pani, those who have passed and their families, I really acknowledge. This is a really tough time for Tāmaki Makaurau at the moment. And here in Manurewa, I've been making sure that I've got a bit of a feel for what is happening in our communities and particularly here in South Auckland.
Can you talk to us about how local government and central government have responded to events?
Yes, and when we've got all the information and can have a proper look, a proper review at how things have rolled out, that's going to be incredibly important because this isn't the last time we're going to see these weather extremes everywhere. And so, what I can say, what I am seeing on the ground here in Rainwick Park, we have got one of the 3 civil defence emergency centres. We have got local government, central government resources, but actually community stepping up. We've got Red Cross, Salvation Army, NGO organisations, but also just community members and whānau pulling together, wanting to help and give what they can. And what I've been down at the Manutukutuku Centre for the past few days, and I just know the biggest thing that I can see there is everyone there helping, all of the staff on the ground, all of the services. They just want to go out of their way to make sure whānau and people feel welcomed and we can give as much dignity and care and stress relief as we possibly can. That's what they are committed to and want to focus on. So just a big mihi to everyone in crisis and stress at the moment, and know that a lot of people are working together really well to prioritise people's care and people's safety.
Sure, that's so good to hear. We're hearing calls for Mayor Wayne Brown to resign over his handling of the situation in Auckland. Your thoughts?
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, I'm hearing from a lot of people who have not felt like the communication has been reassuring or clear or timely. And I think that's a concern we are going to have to listen to and take very seriously. I do want to acknowledge that many others have stepped up to gratefully fill that space. You've got other councillors, other Auckland local politicians and representatives, and of course our members of parliament across the board have been doing our best to put out information, prioritising right now people's safety and care and where people can get help right in this moment. That's the important information that we all needed from the very start, and I'm hearing lots of concern from whānau and people across Tāmaki Makaurau that they're not feeling that that was the case, and so I think we have to take that seriously.
Good point. Why is it still important that a state of emergency remains in affected areas?
It was really vital that we had that state of emergency declared as soon as possible because it means that our services have those powers to get their machinery going, to get their infrastructure, their systems going. They know how to do this stuff. They know what to do, whether it's our fire, police, ambulance, medical emergency services, our NGOs, Red Cross, civil defence, and so on and so forth, our people looking after transport, roads, power, all of those vital services. We needed the state of emergency so that we can start putting in place, getting the ball rolling, and it gives a little bit of that extra authority. That is why it was really important that we needed that to be declared as early as possible.
Ka pai. We'll have to leave it there. Green Party co-leader and Manurewa resident Marama Davidson. Tēnā koe I nā kōrero. Thank you for your time today, and we hope the situation doesn't worsen. Ngā mihi nui.
Tēnā koe. Kia ora, Piripi. Ngā mihi.